Please don't say anything stupid now that we're live, okay?
Hey.
I forgot to upload the freaking guacamole clip of you.
Oh.
Stupid little ass.
Look, again, I was really hoping it was a fever dream. Because it was one of those things where it's like, oh, this will be funny. And then I realized, oh, wait, we're on live.
Bro, we were already into the show when you said that.
I know. It was like one of those things where it's like I lost track of what was going on. Anyways.
Everyone, welcome. Thanks for paying attention to the show. I appreciate it. This is Animated. My name is Crimson Law. And this, other side, still wrong. It's over here.
There you go. Third time's
It's over here. This idiot is my younger brother.
Still no.
For crying out loud, I need to mute Discord. Can you hear that through my mic?
No. It's coming through mine though. It's
okay.
I've got Discord popping up on mine too, so.
Well, mine's going through my
Yeah, I just closed the application because that's gonna get annoying.
Yeah.
Anyways, so one thing I noticed about the intro is on the back panel there, you got Batman, you got Guts, you got Rengoku, and you got Kakashi, and you got Obi-Wan Kenobi. Where's Obi-Wan Kenobi in the intro, man?
Look, I'm still working on what I want to do for the final version of it. I'm just kind of test running it with it for now.
Right.
I think I mentioned this the other day when we were talking about it. I want to just make it like a collage of some of my favorite characters. So I still need to add Super Natsuki, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Satoru Gojo in there.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, okay, when is Feral Gojo not mood?
Okay, you know what? I can't argue against it. I can't.
We need some love for Feral Gojo up in here.
Damn right.
Anyway, so I mean, I don't really need to ask you this, but how you been?
I was fighting a freaking leg cramp about 5 minutes ago. On the floor, practically crying because all of a sudden my hamstring's like, oh, you wanna do something nice? No. So
Were you trying to help mom with something? Is that what was going on?
No, I've literally just been sitting here at my desk all day. And then I went to because my knees were starting to get a little stiff. I'm like, oh, I should probably, stretch my legs. So I went to, fold my leg back, and then all of a sudden my hamstring just lit up for no reason. Like, oh yeah, screw you.
Man, you're such a shitlord. Even your own body hates you.
Yeah, no kidding.
To answer your question, Black, thanks for showing up. We got a lot of small stuff to talk about today. A bunch of random topics. I was hoping to get some more people in here to talk about some bigger stuff, but we're gonna save that for another time. I have a bunch of random shit instead lined up: trailers, a few videos, some indie games, comics, and stuff like that I want to talk about. So, without further ado, how about we get into a couple of these indie projects? Because one of the things I want to do for this stream now is kind of start off. Normally, I would start off with trailers and stuff, but what I'm going to start doing regularly for the show is I'm going to start with an indie highlight, talk about some small, independent crowdfunding publishers who are doing their own thing, people I like.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get into the trailers and shit. So let me pull this up really quick. I got 3 projects I want to talk about. The first one I really love. It's not out for sale yet. They haven't even started crowdfunding. So this is Hujangus. Can you see this?
Yeah, for whatever reason, I mean, maybe it's just me being a guy, but for whatever reason, The first thing my eyes locked on, yep. The first thing my eyes locked on to was, oh, booty.
From what this is described to me as, this is Godzilla plus How to Train Your Dragon.
Huh.
And dude, I love the art style on it already.
I don't know. Yeah, it's got like I almost want to say it's like old kind of comic-y style to it.
I don't think so. I don't think it has like an old kind of comic-y stuff, but this person is definitely confident in drawing bodies and people, because look how many people there are in this shot.
Mm-hmm. And none of them look disproportionate too.
None of them look weird or
Yeah,
anything. Like
except
they all look good. Except for maybe the Asian people, you know. I'm kidding.
Jeez, dude.
I'm kidding. But
and you called me the racist one in the last stream.
Okay. But this is, look at this. I love the artwork on this.
That's clean, actually.
Yeah.
I really like
I love the monster design on this too.
Mm-hmm.
So basically Hugh Jangus, the author describes it as Godzilla plus How to Train Your Dragon. Seems like a really fun story. It caught my eye because the artwork looks good. Mm-hmm. Right now, they do not have any sort of funding going. They just have their page going at hughjangus.com. And you can sign up for their email list, and it is required that you pick kaiju.
I'd be curious to see which one is most popular. I mean,
Godzilla's on there.
I was gonna say, well, then you also have King Kong though.
Mm-hmm. Like, so you're gonna
have all the Ooga Booga monkey stands coming through. So.
Did you really just say Ooga Booga monkey stands?
What?
I'm sorry, but that's just funny to me.
I mean, am I wrong? No. Even though Godzilla clearly kicks King Kong's ass, people still go with King Kong.
Yeah, actually, I get that, Black. The Clifford the Big Red Dog. It does kind of remind me of that.
But now that you mention it, it's like one of those things. It's like, yeah.
But again, this is one that really caught my eye because, dude, the artwork on that looks awesome.
Dude, it actually, it really does. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm not much of a reader.
How to Train Your Dragon is among my favorite animated movies ever. Those 3 movies, like, that is a perfect animated trilogy that did not get worse the longer it ran.
Which is surprising because usually in those trilogies they trend downward. It's usually like the first one is great, the second one, it's kind of iffy. It's I give me a second. My brain's going faster than my mouth, or vice versa. I don't know. So the first one always, like, not always, but like in these trilogies, they tend. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Take it away, Krim.
You're trying to say that in these trilogies, generally the first is the strongest, and then they realize they have some measure of success with it, and they try to drag it out.
Mm-hmm.
And thus, unless the Boruto effect, where you keep getting more and more, like Despicable Me should have ended after the first one. That's all it needed to be, was the first one. But it was a huge success because Despicable Me was a good movie. And then the second one came. I think people liked it, but not as much. The third one, I don't think anyone showed up for that. And from there, the legion of Facebook mom memes involving the Minions carried the Minions in their own movies.
I have a guilty confession, and I regrettably watched number 3 when it came out in theaters.
Hashtag segregation.
You need to be set apart from all of humanity.
I already am set apart. Ever seen the bottom of the IQ scale? There's the lowest person, and then like 3 pages below that, there's me. I am a different level of stupid.
Mom just sent me a message saying I have a package. Well, I am a guy, so.
I wasn't gonna say it.
I need to mute my phone now. Not letting know that it's I'm having too much fun with this.
All right, well, let's get back on track. You said you had 3, so that was the first one, right?
So yeah, Hujangus the first one. And
I hope I look. I'm not gonna lie. I love the art style. I love the concept, and I really hope it goes Hujangus.
I heard that twice, and I hate you twice as much because you're right above me right now, and that pisses me off.
I hope that's not getting feedback.
I don't think so. I mean, this is the office downstairs, so let's go to the next one. So this one again isn't out yet. So if you don't know who Jay Drunk 3PO is, great guy, much bigger channel than me. He's on Friday Night Tights. He works with geeks and gamers. He released a I wouldn't say children's book, but like a book that's appropriate for children and you could still read as like an older person, called Achromatic Chronicles Blue. Now he's doing, apparently that was just one of 4 parts he wants to do. So now he has announced Achromatic Chronicles Green. So I actually have the first book to this one, and I will see if I can pull up some artwork here for the stream.
So I had a joke I was going to say, but I forgot it. Must have not been important.
Okay. Honestly, as far as like artwork and stuff goes, I think it's actually a pretty good looking book. Okay, I think this is a decent example. So let me get this up on screen, share screen. Like this is what the original book looked like on the interior, you know, minus the blurry parts, because pretty much the art style that he went with. And basically the whole thing is like it's all in like black and white manga style, except for in proximity of the blue orb. And it's an adventure series. Just a fun, chill, wholesome adventure series. And I want to spotlight it, or I wanted to like put a spotlight on it because, again, I'm a huge proponent of doing things independently when it comes to creating new IPs. And I think as far as people worth talking about, Drunk 3PO is definitely one of the people who are up there that deserves the attention because they do good work. He does good work. He's funny. Also, ask him about the Canadian bear if you ever see him. You're sure to get an eye roll out of him for that one.
The Canadian bear.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Gotcha. I just have a question. It's like, so we've got blue, we've got green. I'm assuming there's probably going to be like a red or a yellow or something maybe. So it's like, what's the end game? They bring all 4 orbs together, or are they collecting them like Infinity Stones or
I don't
something?
know. I actually still need to go in and review the book. I saw a lot of people talk about it, and I never heard a single bad thing said about it, except for by retards on Twitter.
Okay.
And then the last one, I wasn't going to actually like bring up more than one today, but again, I saw the Achromatic Chronicles Green, and I saw this one that I thought was worth talking about because this guy who wrote this was really cool. So this is 10. Basically, do you know what The Boys is, Ian?
I know about it in concept.
So basically, like you have the Justice League, but they're all like crooked, evil people looking out for themselves, right?
Okay.
That's kind of what 10 is. And I have the first 2 volumes of this comic. Now, when he did his last campaign, again, this one isn't up and running yet. You can go to Kickstarter and click this button, and it'll notify you. It'll send you an email notification when this goes live. But this guy's last Kickstarter did not fund, which is a little sad to me because it was actually a comic I was interested in. However, he went through all the email list that was like connected to his Kickstarter and sent everyone emails talking about, or not talking about, saying that if you still want the books because they're completed, you can still buy them. We'll send you your original order. And look, that I don't particularly think that was like some small amount of work getting all that order out without, the Kickstarter stuff.
Mhm.
And the fact that he went through to make sure that people who had backed him got the books that they wanted, I respect that. So now that he's moving on to number 3, I wanted to give a little bit of a shout out to this guy because what he did with 10 was actually pretty cool. And I wonder if there's any way I have digitals of this. I wonder if there's any way I could pull it up here really quick.
I mean, from what the picture there was, I do like the art style, but it's kind of hard to get a real glean at it from just the one picture.
Yeah, that's why I'm. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should check my bookmarks. That might be worth doing here really quick. Other bookmarks. Okay, cool. Let's see here. I think this should do it. Yeah, okay. Hold on a second. Let me, I will present this. That is not the right tab, is it?
To answer your question, Black, that I just now saw about 15 minutes past when you asked, yes, I have heard of the Liver King. Completely natural, my ass. Thoughts on Invincible Season 2? Personally, I haven't seen Invincible, so I can't.
Here we go. Here is the interior artwork for the book. Basically, aliens give 10 humans superpowers, and this guy is the peacekeeper. So yeah, I like the guy's art style.
I actually really, really like that.
Yeah, I like his stylization. And the concept of it is very interesting. He does kind of like different themes with each book. So like I think the idea is that like each of the 10 has their own book.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, there's a lot of cool indie stuff out there. And I'm going to try and take it slower on the next couple of ones because like when my Alpha Core stuff comes in, I'll definitely be talking about that. Their fulfillment starts next week. I'm looking forward to that because Alpha Core is the kind of like superhero stuff that I really like to see, like the street level, like saving random people, not saving the world kind of stuff.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
It's the stuff that I really wish they do more of. The reasons like Batman and Spider-Man are kind of like super popular characters is because they're so like street level. They deal with the ordinary people, do these small little things. They're not focused on saving the world. They're focused on like saving their area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, for those amongst us like me who live under a rock to this kind of stuff, what exactly is Alpha Core?
Oh, Alpha Core is Rippaverse's newest comic line. Eric July's police procedural, like superhero-esque story, kind of like My Hero Academia, but without like all the gay shippers. They're super police.
I mean, I can't exactly argue against it. When you're around on the internet long enough, you see some things.
All right, so just judging by the reaction, sounds like Hugh Jangus had the best reaction out of you.
I mean, I like the name.
Dude, I do too. It's
a
such a
goofy,
creative project.
it's a goofy name. It catches your eye. It's got a good art style. I really like the art style on that. And I mean, I'm not much of a reader, but that is something that I'd actually be like, oh, hey, what's that? So shippers are toxic. I cannot blame him for it. Yes, they are.
Bro, we could get into a whole freaking
Yeah,
stream
that's
talking about
I was gonna
shippers,
say, that
about
is
shipping. Because like
that is
I'm not against it, but
mhm.
please, for the love of God, like keep your head canons in check, people.
What was I forget. I'm gonna biff the quote, and I know you're a huge oh God, I think it's Tolkien. It's show me a man who mistakes friendship for love, and I'll show you a man who has neither. Or something like that.
That's Lewis.
Lewis, okay.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm just
I
some
think I
nobody
actually have the quote saved somewhere on
somewhere.
my yeah, actually I can bring it up right now. So the quote is, "Those who cannot conceive of friendship as a substantive love, but only as a disguise or elaboration of eros, betray the fact that they have never had a friend." C.S. Lewis.
Savage.
Yes, absolutely, dude. C.S. Lewis, like you should read the Screw Tape Letters, dude. He's a savage in that too.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, it's good stuff too. I mean, Lewis is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Lewis, as far as his fantasy goes, like Chronicles of Narnia, doesn't hold a candle to Lord of the Rings, but they're still good. They're still
Mm-hmm.
good books, especially for like children's books.
Mm-hmm. I say maybe I will, and then I'm gonna follow it up with a maybe I will, or maybe I'll just say I will and not do it for 5 years until everybody forgets.
All right, so to the lovely people out here in the chat, who here has heard of something called nerdcore? I'm pretending to listen to an answer because I don't expect anyone to answer right away. Basically, basically, for those of you who aren't in the know, nerdcore is like a whole genre of music where people take like characters as inspiration for their music and will write whole ass songs about them. So like there's stuff out there for like Batman. Look up um Remain, I think, is Divide Music's Batman song.
It should be. I'm gonna.
Either way, this one just came out this week, and I listened to it once. I don't know if you've seen this one, Ian.
You are probably way ahead of me. No, I have definitely not heard this.
Released Anonymy song.
I can wait too much of a kick out of that one.
Bro, dude, Yuji is just something else. So I don't know how to feel about this one. Like I like that he does a little bit more metal with this one, but spoiler alert for people who haven't caught up with Jujutsu Kaisen manga or anime or otherwise, you're probably going to see some things in here that'll spoil you.
I've been running on the dark side of the moon, looking for a light, and I know that I'll find it soon.
I just gotta say, like his editing is always so clean.
Mhm.
Like especially on his newest stuff.
Yeah, that's that's like one of the things I love
Mhm.
about the videos for like Nanami or not Nanami, for like Fable and Divine Music is they
Yeah.
they do edits.
I don't think like the earlier stuff is as great. Like you go back, like even as early as like recent as Never Alone for Divide Music, his editing on that one isn't as good. But I just love the fact that he put in like the whole thing of him doing like the riff on the bridge, dude, the guitar solo,
Mm-hmm.
like
Just
showing
like,
that he actually did
yeah, I was
that.
gonna say literally the power play of I did it for real.
Yeah.
I actually played that shit.
You're not enough. You're not enough. You never know. You're not enough. So let's start. And then the pain just fades away, and everything's okay.
That part goes really hard
I was gonna
now that I
say,
can actually understand what's going on, because I was listening in my car and I was having a hard time listening to the or keeping up with the lyrics because I couldn't hear it over the instrumentals. I
mhm.
think the balance is wrong on the settings I have. But holy crap, like once I can understand what he's saying and like keep up with the lyrics, dude, that chorus goes hard.
I was gonna say the song's pretty bitchin'. I don't know what you were talking about.
No, my big issue was I'm gonna call it there just so I don't have to deal with copyright.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all really want to hear the rest of the song, go over to Fable's channel. He does a lot of good music. Personal recommendations: World I Never Knew, Hiding in the Dark, Lost. Those are all pretty good. 2 of those are My Hero Academia. um, yeah, I I like the song better now that I can understand it because one of my issues, like I said, the instrumentals were too overpowering, and I was having trouble um I was having trouble understanding what was going on with the song. That was
Mhm.
my big issue.
Yeah, personally for me, it's like if the instrumental, I'm the exact opposite way. It's like if the instrumentals don't vibe with me, I can't listen to it.
Mm-hmm. No, and personally, I think Fable does his best when he does the like more metal stuff. It's so much better
Mm-hmm.
when he does that kind of stuff. Like,
No, it's like I love the and I mean maybe it's just me being a metalhead, but yeah, I completely agree with you. I love the metal stuff.
well, we're
I will
both
say,
metalheads.
yeah, I do love. I will say though, World I Never Knew is easily top for
Yeah,
me.
because he incorporates some of that like growly, like metalcore kind of lyrics he does.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the best part of it when he starts like rapping in that voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best. I was actually listening to that today. Like, if I had to recommend someone like 3 Fable songs, Hiding in the Dark, World I Never Knew, and Lost. They're all great. They're all great.
I'm horrible with names, so but
Lost is Deku. World I Never Knew is
yeah.
Shigaraki, and hiding in the dark is Griffith.
For me, it's World I Never Knew, Lost, and I'm gonna disagree with you, and I'm gonna say Hollow.
Hmm.
That's his pain song.
All right.
But
You're wrong, but all right.
Wrong.
So we've been doing a lot of like indie stuff. Like all these people we've covered so far are all like independent people. Fable's an independent musician. How about we move on to some independent games? Yeah.
That's right up my alley.
Yeah. So how would you like to play a game? Okay, here it is.
I was gonna say you're gonna
Where
give
you
me a
hunt
description of the
titans.
game, or ooh,
So this one guy has created this entire game on his own.
holy crap!
Now this is a 14-second clip of what it looks like. Like, look at the physics on that. It looks great. For one person.
Look, I'm not going to complain about the animations because for one dude, that is incredible. For a one-man army, he rendered the city, rendered the Titans, rendered the player model, rendered the FX, and got it all like kind of fleshed out and working.
Yeah, so
That's
in
impressive.
the comments, he actually has a video on it's 3 minutes long. I am not going to play the video here. If you see this and you're interested in knowing more, Swammy has his own channel. He's a whole lot bigger than me. You're more likely to have heard of him than me. Go over and watch the video on his channel itself, because he deserves pretty much all the credit for the work he's put in there. I just wanted to talk about it because since we're on the indie train tonight, might as well talk about some indie games, and we'll go into another indie developer here soon.
Dude.
But I wanted to say he's actively working on this game. Okay. He's adding a multiplayer, he's adding missions.
Oh, he's adding multiplayer?
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say, dude. I was like, dude, imagine if it's multiplayer. Imagine if he was like actually put the time and effort in getting multiplayer. That I would literally buy that.
Yeah. So you could see this like become I'm hoping to see this kind of like grow and get better the way Warframe did over the years. Like this is something that's like actively engaged with, and we watch people we watch people get into it and follow it. So yeah, definitely check it out, because these people put a lot of work into their games. Like it's a lot of work to develop this kind of stuff. So I think that's a good point to go to Squishy Banana Productions. Yes.
Squishy Banana Productions.
Yes. So here's the locals page. And basically, I had to sign up. It's free to get in and learn about this. So he has basically been developing this like Viking based game, kind of like For Honor-ish, all on his own. So this is what he has.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We go through various different stages of game design and asset creation as we develop our very first.
I don't think that was the video I was actually looking for, but like, is this the
gameplay?
I think so. So this is like our actual gameplay right now. So like, it looks rough compared to all the AAA stuff you get.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But keep in mind, like this is one guy doing all of this.
Another one-man army?
Yes.
Holy
Squishy
crap,
Banana is doing this all on his own.
Wow.
And like you can keep scrolling down and see all the progress. Like the models look good for this.
I was gonna say
like a one-man
they did
thing.
pretty good on the detailing of the models. I really like it. Everything
he has this whole thing going here. So as far as that goes, go squish the banana, help the guy out. He deserves it.
Squish the banana.
Yes, squish the banana. So yeah, indie games is something that like I have, or it has like caught my attention because there are plenty of indie stuff out there that's really good already. But particularly when it comes to like the Iron Age creators, people who are just like getting into this because they want to make something they really love, I think those people deserve a little bit of support and attention and some help if you can afford to,
Mm-hmm.
because like it's hard work.
It's a lot more coordination and numbers remembering that my goldfish-sized brain cannot comprehend. So,
Yeah.
no, dude, some of these indie projects are insane.
Mhm.
It's like mad respect to indie developers. Like, I mean, probably one of the most famous examples of indie games would definitely be Undertale. Undertale was literally, I'm pretty sure it was like a two-person project. I know there was Toby Fox who actually like coded everything, and then he and I forget the name of the artist, but got all like the character designs flushed out and the sprites, and then it all comes together to make this. And Undertale gets a very bad rep because of its fan base.
Mhm.
But if you throw out 99% of that fan base, it is probably my top game as far as like story goes personally, because there's so much you can do in that game. Even after you've played through it, you can do the same thing over and over again and still throw your controller because you can't beat Sans. Anyway, sorry. I'm opening up old wounds right now. Rip Switch controller, you didn't live long enough. Anyways.
All right, so there was one other thing now that like it's on my mind. I might have mentioned this to you before, and I know I've mentioned it on stream before. Have you heard of Gabriel and the Guardians?
Mm-mm. I don't think I have.
So we have been through indie comics, indie books, indie music, indie games. How about indie anime?
Indie anime. So what is
Yeah,
this another? Is this another freaking one-man project?
oh no, this has like a whole ass studio backing it,
Okay.
like proper voice actors and stuff.
Ooh, okay.
But it's outside the mainstream and therefore technically counts as indie. So basically, what this is, Angel Studios is the studio that brought us Sound of Freedom.
Oh.
So they decided they were going to basically make this whole project based on.
Oh,
like,
is this the
Genesis.
Bible anime?
Yes. And now
Okay,
it's a novel
okay.
concept. And honestly, I think it's like 50-50 that it actually works out like halfway decently. But here's what they like teased as far as like what they have to offer.
Long ago, the world of Ara descended into chaos, and paradise was lost. False gods from the unseen realm deceived the people of Ara, stealing their birthright. Mortals roamed the wasteland, hopelessly searching for purpose. And that brings us to me, a celestial guardian, sent as a light piercing the darkness. My name is Gabriel.
Okay, but hold up. I need you to pull up his character design.
It looks like Zamasu.
No, I was gonna say I need you to pull up his character design. And hold up, I need to double check myself before I make a fool of myself.
My entire fucking thing is broke. What the heck?
Okay, it's not quite there. It's not quite there. Never mind.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say now look up an image of Whis from Dragon Ball.
Weiss, actually, Weiss is a completely different character. Fuck. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But
No, but that's just a joke. Personally, I don't know. It's intriguing. It's like
I think the animation looks good,
Mhm.
but I don't think the voice acting is quite there. Now, I will give it this: it has the voice of Clone Wars Kenobi as the main villain. It also has the voice of Clone Wars Anakin Skywalker as one of the characters.
Ooh,
Christina V is one of the main characters.
which cracks me up.
Um,
Listening to I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and Johnny Bosch Young, the voice of Dante and Ichigo Kurosaki in English. Yes. He's also Akira in the movie, or not, he's Kanade or Kaneda. The main character in the movie Akira, which I need you to watch with me sometime because that movie's actually really good. Either way, as far as like indie stuff goes, like that's kind of they got it funded through crowdfunding, which is a big win. Yes, I backed it. I'm interested in it. I want to see how this thing plays out. Do I think it's like 100% guaranteed to be good? Don't know, but what I see shows some like promise to me. Like the animation does not look the most spectacular. It's not anything like Jujutsu Kaisen or Frieren, but it looks good. It doesn't look bad. It looks good. The voice acting isn't terrible. I think it's okay. So we'll see how this whole thing pans out. Of course, you know, it's going to be interesting to see because one of my big complaints, particularly about like the Christian movie entertainment stuff, is it focuses too much on being Christian and not enough about like actually being good artwork. So we're going to see whether this follows that trend or if it actually focuses on being a good anime rather than just some like preachy Bible thing. Which they said their inspiration was Dragon Ball. So when I said it looked like Zamasu, now do you understand why?
I still think Whis. I look at it and I see Whis. But no, I think if they have the Bible undertones and the anime, it'll draw in a lot more viewers and it would be really intriguing. It's going to be really intriguing to see how this plays out in real time. And I cannot wait to see the Twittards going ballistic over it.
Yeah, that'll be interesting because if this thing succeeds, you're going to hear a whole lot of negative feedback about it. If it's bad, people are just going to mock it. But if it's good, people are going to actively hate on it. Which will be, again, interesting to see. And since we finally made it all the way over to anime, I think it's probably time we get to the thing I've been looking forward to most tonight.
Oh?
Yeah.
And what's that?
It has officially happened, ladies and gentlemen. Don Don has officially gotten a TV anime.
Oh boy.
So this is the official teaser, and I have not seen this yet. I have been saving myself for this moment all week.
So what you're saying is that there's a chance that something could pop up and get the stream taken down.
I've read the manga. There are no there's no genitals, there's no boobies. There's a lot of jokes, and it's kind of wild, but it is not inappropriate whatsoever. It's not ecchi, which is probably the best part of it. It seems a little weird, but the worst it gets is like you'll see like a chick lose everything but her bra and underwear. That's about it. Okay.
I don't know. It's kind of groovy.
Oi, 一物しゃぶらせろ。
Honestly, from what I've seen there, the animation looks pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the animation, as far as like, I was a little worried there because there's that scene where all the aliens are trying to grab the chick. They started like freeze framing it. That
There's a
had me
cow
worried.
in the background.
Oh yeah, so that's actually like a part of the plot in like the second arc. It's funny.
That's part of the plot.
Mhm. They resolve part of their issue by giving an alien a cow. Mhm.
Well, yeah, they got to probe something.
Anyway,
Okay,
but
so,
it showed so the main character Okarun, it showed him like running down the hall. That looked good. It didn't look like it was going to be some sort of cheesy running animation where like they blur the background and everything. It actually looks like they're going to animate that whole thing. It shows the chick throwing a flying kick at one of the aliens.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
That looked good too.
So, again, for those among us, no one in particular, in mind, who live under a rock, what exactly is Dandadan?
So Dandadan is basically it's actually like a romantic comedy with heavy shonen battler overlays. And it's awesome. So what you have is the chick believes in ghosts, but not aliens, and the guy believes in aliens, but not ghosts. So the whole first arc is that they both send each other to hotspots to see who's right. And the dude runs into the creepy old granny in a tunnel and gets cursed. And the chick runs into aliens in an abandoned apartment building and gets abducted. So she gets psychic powers out of it, or she unlocks psychic powers out of it. And he gets like spirit powers that give him super speed and super strength.
Interesting.
And it turns into it's like a shonen battler pretty much, which is part of the reason like I was kind of skeptical about action and stuff. I was really worried they might do a lot of CGI in it, but it looks like they're taking.
I was gonna say it didn't look like there was CGI in that kick.
I believe it's Science Saru who did this, so I'm curious to see
if they've animated any other projects.
I'm curious to see what their animated projects are. Let's see. Animated series. A little bit of Adventure Time. Okay. Space Dandy. Okay.
Hey, that's
they
actually one I really want to check out because I always heard a lot about it.
They did OKKO. Don't really care about that.
That sounds familiar. What is that again?
It's like Steven Universe decided it wanted to play superheroes. Ooh, they did Star Wars Visions too. Okay. Scott Pilgrim Takes Off and Dawn to Dawn. Feature films. What have they done? Inuo. Okay, that one was hugely popular too. I saw some animation for that. All right, so they're pretty good at what they do.
Gotcha. Well,
okay.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, actually, it's one of those things like I actually like one of the things I was hoping to be able to do was unbox some like physical manga. I bought the whole what's in English anyway. I bought all 5 pieces. Just so I had physical copies for my collection. And again, I'm really glad to see, unlike Chain Soldier, that they're not using a shitload of CGI for this. And it looks good. I'm glad that they're like sort of like paying some respect to like the artwork of the manga.
Mhm.
You know what? That's actually something I want to bring up here.
Chain Soldier.
Chained Soldier, yes. I can bring up the trailer for that one too if you really want to know what it is.
Alrighty. I was gonna say, never heard of it.
Um,
I've heard of Chainsaw Man, but
okay, let me share my screen here really quick, and I will show you the artwork that this series has. Because honestly, it was the artwork that really, really hooked me for this. I love its stylization. So like this. Okay, there we go. Look at that.
wow,
Yeah. Or how about this one?
dude, the detailing.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's trying to give why am I blanking on his name? The writer of Berserk.
Miura.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I still don't think this compares to the artwork of Berserk.
No, I was just gonna say they're trying to
But,
to give him a run for his money. But
I
dude,
love the
that's
style on this.
that's
so good.
The detail, the
Mhm.
detailing, dude.
That's like one of the big appeals to me about Dandadan is the artwork. The story, it can be it's kind of like just there. Like it's more of a romance story, so it's not something that's like super deep or anything, but you basically have like Okarun, the main character. His actual name is Ken, but he gets called Okarun for reasons. Um, he's like never had any friends whatsoever. Like kind of always like the reject and everything. And the female character, the female main character, Momo Ayase, was like bullied in like middle school and junior high because her grandma is like a psychic and an exorcist. So like they had some like strange rituals around the house that made people make fun of her. So she like has her own stuff and they end up like sort of like becoming really good friends over their first adventure, where he gets cursed and she gets abducted by aliens and it causes all sorts of problems for them. It's a good story. It's surprisingly wholesome for the premise of a guy trying to get his testicles and his dick back.
I'm sorry. Shit just went from like about let's say 15 to about 1500. Really?
What now?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, but that's like a major part of it is because of the curse, he loses his bits, and he has to go fight the spirit that cursed him to try and get him back. But shit happens, and it gets way more complicated than that.
I have to ask, what the fuck is that spirit doing with his bits? I don't think I want to answer that question out, actually. Nope. Oh, you did not. Oh, I'm never gonna get that out of my head.
Anyway,
Moving on.
hey Roman, I got something just for you.
Hashtag segregation.
There you go, buddy. Yeah, so honestly, as far as like Dandadan goes, I'm excited. It looks good. I already loved the manga. The last time I was this hyped for like an adaptation, it was Freerin.
It was what?
The last time I got this hyped for an adaptation, it was Freerin.
Gotcha.
And you know, I don't actually think I want to pull up Chain Soldier. Actually, I will, just because. I'm gonna pull up Chain Soldier. I'm gonna show you like Chain Soldier trailer. Oh fuck. That sucks for everyone who liked this series. Present.
Care to share with the class?
So we'll go with this one. So it looks all right so far, right?
Mhm.
So just a little like catch up for you, Ian. Chain Soldier is basically Japan has this like weird incident where all of a sudden like another dimension kind of spawns in the same area and you can get to it through portals that just randomly appear in the city. And it's about the same size as Tokyo. And it contains these items called peaches that only give superpowers to women. So basically, you have these superpowered women living in this region, like acting as like soldiers fighting off monsters that appear there. And this guy happens to get sucked into one of those portals by accident.
They're called peaches.
Yes, that's what they're called.
The masculine urge to just not go full Bowser.
Peaches, 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 peaches. Okay.
Anyway.
The story gets a little bit weirder, but we'll just continue on with this trailer for now. And the reason I said "oh fuck" is because it's by High Dive, and High Dive has been shutting down due to piracy and their inability to compete with Sony.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we'll see how this goes. Again, it looks all right so far. Until
Okay,
that.
CGI.
Yes.
You see,
that's not bad CGI.
Yeah, I'm not.
But it's not great. It could have easily been better. What? You're going to be my slave?
Look, I'm not saying I'm into it, but I'd bow.
Just wait.
I'm sorry, what? That escalated. Yep. Hold up, that bitch has a minigun for an arm?
Like, look, the premise is interesting to me. But the animation kills like any sort of interest.
I'm not as much of a snob about animation as you are, but I can see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from. Counterpoint. There was a lot of nice titties.
Oh, in the manga, that you get to see more of the titties than you will in that anime.
Nice. Anyway,
yeah. No, and the whole point is like that guy can only activate his superpowers if he does with that chick's permission, and well, not with that chick's permission, because there are times where he's activated it, but generally it involves him doing something a bit inappropriate, whether it's just a kiss. You saw him like make the pact by licking her finger. There's one time in the manga where he literally licks one of her boots and transforms in an emergency. So yeah, they definitely use the sex sells aspect to it. And I do like the manga. As far as I'm concerned, it's interesting to me. I don't mind a little bit of um personality. Because like Berserk's my favorite manga of all time, and you're not going to get through Berserk if you can't handle a few tits. Well, you're not going to get through Berserk if you can't handle the eclipse. I'll just say that.
I was gonna say there's a lot more than just a few tits in Berserk.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll still give it a shot.
Mhm.
Look, it's not the worst CGI I've ever seen, but CGI is still like, or blatant, like very obvious CGI is still a huge buzzkill to me when it comes to animation, especially action anime.
Mhm. Well,
Like Demon Slayer's CGI doesn't kill my doesn't kill my love for Demon Slayer because it still has some really fucking epic animation moments.
and as far as the CGI goes, I feel like for the large, at least for the Swordsmith Village arc, like the larger creatures weren't that bad. It was the smaller creatures with the pinchers that
Mhm.
just like it literally, I literally almost cringed into a black hole. It was that bad, dude.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was actually like the tiny little creatures that had the worst CGI. So yeah, it disappoints me to see CGI in a manga that I thought could have been interesting, but it's kind of a like I don't want to reduce it to just some like smut manga, but it definitely leans heavily into the titty realm.
So man, I mean, a lot of animes do that. A
Yes.
lot.
hmm So yeah, I'll probably just continue reading the manga and then I'll sample the anime, see if it's any good. But the fact that they use CGI so much for the combat just I don't know, turns me off. All right.
Again, I'm not as big of a snob on CGI, considering my guilty pleasure anime is Ruby, which is entirely CGI.
Mhm.
So
Here's an interesting one because I've never been able to find this find a good place to watch this anime. So if you've ever heard of Gurren Lagann,
I have, in fact, I have a
mhm.
whether it's an intro, outro, or just one of their songs.
Row,
it's-
row, right, fight the power.
No. Oh, actually, that's another one.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, I'm dumb. I'm thinking of Black Lagoon.
Yeah, that's a very different anime. You heard Lagan, thought Lagoon, and we're like, all right. No, so basically, this is just kind of like a creative, like mecha anime thing. They're doing a theatrical revival for this for its 15th anniversary of their most popular movie.
So what exactly is it? Is it like a reanimated, or they're just bringing it back to theaters?
I think it's just that they're bringing it back to theaters.
Hmm.
Now, again, this is one that people like was voted. People voted like one of the most hype anime out there, and one of the things is like it got a lot of praise for being a much more creative mecha anime when it came out.
Hmm.
So it has me interested. I've always kind of wanted to watch it, but I've never found a good place to find it.
Okay, but did it beat the hype of Dragon Ball Super's Tournament of Power?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, let's just face it. Nothing will ever beat the hype of an entire of like strip clubs across an entire
I was
country offering free lap dances if Goku beats Jiren.
Shout out to Mexico. No,
No,
it's literally
Right.
it's literally the joke of you know it's an authentic Mexican restaurant when you walk in and there's a Broly figurine.
Yes, I agree.
Dragon, it's crazy how popular Dragon Ball is down in Mexico.
All right. We have like 2 more things to get through.
Alrighty, sorry.
No, it's actually not that big a deal whether you keep ranting or whatever. I'm just saying we're getting close to the end of all the topics I had pulled up.
Mm-hmm.
And that leaves Fallout.
Fallout. What's going on in Fallout? Are they announcing another shitty sequel?
No, they might be announcing a shitty Amazon
Fallout.
Prime series.
Fallout teaser trailer.
Yes, and it's 2 minutes and 33 seconds.
Already? Let's see it.
So obviously you can see this person ain't having it.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I've lived a relatively comfortable life.
Stop! Lucy!
Honestly, so far it doesn't look so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Although, like, I still doubt the odds of like some sheltered female chick surviving in the wastelands of Fallout.
I was gonna say you've got a strong female protagonist, which don't get me
Look,
wrong.
Let's not judge it on that yet, though, because we really haven't seen anything
Mhm.
to like make the whole like I'm a strong female protagonist. Now, if they start Mary suing her, I will recant that. But for
Mhm.
now, I have not seen any strong female protagonist. I have my doubts as to like how someone who lives in a vault all their life is going to be able to handle fucking death claws, okay?
Yeah.
Especially when they're not like an ex-military dude.
Mm-hmm. Looking at you, Fallout 4.
You need to go home. Vault dwellers are an endangered species. I do not think you would be willing to do what it takes to survive up here.
You see, the thing is, I don't think Fallout went to like environmental hell, so to speak.
It
I
could
might
be the
wrong on that.
Mojave.
It could, but that's a boat.
Do you realize how strong nuclear blasts are?
Yes, but that's still a fucking boat in the middle of the desert.
This is true.
I also doubt, like, a nuclear blast ain't gonna launch a boat into the fucking Mojave, okay?
How far is the Mojave? I'm curious now. I'm looking it up. I don't even know where the Mojave Desert is.
Or you know what? I might have to take that back because that does look like the ocean in the background there. This might be a
Mojave
beach.
Desert on a map. Where are you?
I'm just retarded. I think that's the ocean in the background there.
The Mojave Desert is very, very far away from the coast.
Yes. Either way, I think I'm just retarded. I think that boat is in a logical place, and that's the ocean over there. So I take that back.
If it's on the coast, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you insist on staying, then you will have to adapt.
Is that supposed to be dog meat?
Uh-huh.
Okay, fuck. I didn't mean to do that.
Genius.
I was okay with the CGI up until the power armor.
Hold up, rewind it a little so I can actually see it.
Okay, you see the vertebrates?
Yeah, the vertebrates don't look too bad.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. That looks fine, actually. It's the power armor in this upcoming scene that really, like, gets me.
I mean, it's not terrible, but it's noticeable.
It definitely looks a whole lot different than everything else to me.
Yes.
Tomorrow, so they say.
Good boy.
No. Oh, God. The power armor CGI is not doing it for me, dude.
Yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
It will be a lovely day. a bright new sun will suddenly break through. But I don't want.
That actually looks pretty accurate.
I was gonna say that this must so this is in Boston then, because I'm pretty sure that's Diamond City. That looks like Diamond City, which would make
don't know.
which would make that Hancock. I'm assuming. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, here's the thing. We already know that the Commonwealth isn't fucking dust and nothing.
I
mean, when you go towards Nuka World, yes.
I was gonna say at least Nuka World, but we'll let it roll out.
Unless I see it with you. And grab the moldy one.
That was a bad scene. Hold up. No.
What?
No.
What's up?
Rewind it to when the freaking auto turret is like completely unloading on them. You can see the bullets going everywhere but where they are. That is
yeah.
Oh,
that was okay. Yeah, you're
that
right.
was awful.
That was stupid. Again, why does all the power armor look so bad? Like, it just does not look right. So this is before Fallout 4.
Easily. Which
because
would
the
place
Pridwin's
it.
still around.
What's that?
Because the Pridwin's still around.
Well, that all depends. That's the problem. Part of the problem with Fallout. It's like if no matter what line of the story you go with, you're gonna piss off half the fan base. But that's what I love about it at the same time.
That definitely does not look like Boston, no. Or it kind of looks like like somewhere in California, honestly. If I had to guess.
I mean, that puts it pretty close to the Mojave, so.
Again, I'm still probably retarded and wrong about that, and I'll probably get comments when I put this up on YouTube about no, it's this and that.
April 12th.
You know, honest reaction, my biggest complaint is the power armor. Honest reaction. Like everything else, I will accept as a Fallout, Fallout.
Well, yeah,
because it's so broad a world that you can kind of get away with a lot of stuff so long as it looks accurate.
So long as you're accurate.
It's just the CGI on the power armor that I have a huge complaint about. That and what you pointed out with the turret.
I was gonna say, well, that's kind of pretty standard of Fallout. I mean, it is a Bethesda game, so
yeah. But look, if you're adapting the game into like an actual series, if you're adapting the game into a TV series, you got to start like treating it with some level of realism. So, like, if you're gonna have the turret, you'd think those things would be at least somewhat accurate.
Well, here or you could have them moving faster than the turret is turning. You know, that's another thing you could do. Rather than having all the bullets go everywhere but right where they are.
Yeah. Another thing that really kind of made me a little scared is like their like Marvel sort of humor that they got going on. They're like, oh, must have grabbed a moldy one.
With the cup. Like the Taika Waititi shit.
Yeah, it's like Thor Ragnarok kind of humor. That just does not appeal to me. I don't want that in a Fallout series. There are some.
I don't mind the dumb humor, but that one just.
there are some like genuinely funny things you can do in Fallout, but I don't think doing like the Taika Waititi style humor is going to work in Fallout. That in the Power Armor CGI seem to be like the biggest issues I have with it so far. So now I'm curious. Fallout TV series. Let's see if they have, if IMDb has anything on it. I was right. It's California. Post-apocalyptic Los Angeles.
Which, hold up.
Citizens must live in underground bunkers to protect themselves from radiation, mutants, bandits, after nuclear annihilation. That's all it says.
Which, I mean, Los Angeles ain't anywhere near the Mojave Desert.
Why are you so fixated on the Mojave, huh?
I'm trying to tie it to an actual game.
I don't think you need to tie it to a game.
You know what? Fuck you!
That's the thing. And when it comes to Fallout, I think you're better off not tying it to a game.
I know.
Now, at this point, I'm just going to go with like purely speculation.
Well, the reason I'm trying to tie it to a game is they have the Brotherhood of Steel there. The Brotherhood of Steel is from the Mojave. They came from the Mojave to Boston.
I thought they came from the Capital Waste.
Fuck. You're right. I'm retarded. Anyways, I'm gonna use that as my cue to leave. I'm just kidding.
Let's say, please don't. I have one more thing I want to talk to you about. It's actually kind of funny.
Ignore me. I am illiterate as far as Fallout lore.
This is basically Ian right now.
That, and there's a mix between Rebel Yell, Spanish Flea, and I'm Blue. Also a little bit of Better Off Alone. Constantly switching inside my head with the occasional Freebird guitar riff.
Going into entirely baseless speculation, given what Prime Studios did to Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, I think we can fairly expect the strong female protagonist Mary Sue type out of our main character. I don't think that's an unreasonable thing to say.
Which
we can't judge though, because they don't really give us enough to like judge anything about it.
To be
and
fair,
I also
though,
expect them to do like the ultra dogmatic religious analogy with the Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah.
Like not a group of people who are like out to protect humanity from making the same mistakes that they made with nuclear weapons, but taking their ideology a little too far. No, they're just going to turn them into like the like bad Christian analogy. That's my guess. And I will also wager on some really shitty Taika Waititi style humor.
Well, from what I saw of the action, like the gun scene with the ghoul guy, I don't know. It seemed pretty interesting to me.
Yeah, that scene actually does have me intrigued.
I will at least give it a shot.
Yeah, I'd give it a shot.
I will 100% because I'd
give it a shot.
No, and I'm gonna piss off a lot of people here. All our viewers.
All one of them.
I personally, and this is because I haven't really delved into New Vegas or 3, I'm a huge fan of Fallout 4. It's got a lot of, and just because it's got a lot of great mods.
Another settlement needs your help.
Another settlement needs your help.
Why did you go Lance Reddick with that?
I don't know.
No, I did enjoy Fallout 4 for what it was. Is it a great game?
No, the story is pretty lackluster.
It's actually kind of a crap game. It's still fun to run around like a murder hobo and just kill shit, though.
Damn right. Everyone needs a little bit of carnage every now and then.
Everyone needs a little murder hoboing.
One thing Fallout 4 got right: Batman. Who doesn't want a portable nuclear missile launcher?
I still will never get over the fat man joke I made. I don't know if I should be putting it up here on the internet because it might get me in some serious trouble. But
I'm blanking on what you're saying, so we'll just move on.
double tap instigating. If you remember that story I told you. Yes.
All
But
right.
yeah, look, honestly, not the worst looking thing I've seen. As far as Fallout goes, I see a lot of Fallout in there. I think the CGI is bad. But I do not have enough information to accurately assess what's actually going to happen with the plot. So we shall see how it goes. And time to move on to the final topic of the night. So,
Drum
while I pull this
roll.
up, Twinkie,
Yes.
say you were a lawyer
Mm-hmm.
representing a client.
Mm-hmm.
Under what circumstances would you be willing to reference anime?
What? What?
Yeah.
No way. Hold up. I need
to
to hear this.
Yes. So, Young
need to
Thug
hear
Trial includes bizarre reference to Bleach's infamous filler arc.
So first off, who the fuck is Young Thug?
Beats the fuck out of me. I don't know.
I'm gonna Google this. I'm literally Googling who the fuck is.
But if he's black, my friend Roman over at RG Energy has something to say. I'm just kidding. We're not doing that here. I think he's a rapper.
He's an American rapper, songwriter, yada yada yada. Let's see. Legal issues. I wonder if they're talking about this.
Yeah.
Thug was arrested in Atlanta gang-related charges. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So scrolling down, and so anime has once again spilled over into the real world. This time as a Bleach reference in an ongoing court trial concerning influential American rapper Young Thug. Okay, there, it told us who he was. In the opening statement for the Young Thug YSL RICO trial, the state of Georgia versus Jeffrey Williams et al., defense attorney Angela DeWilliams made a bizarre reference to the Bount arc from the Bleach anime series. While the anime faithfully adapted the original manga source material for the most part, filler arcs are typically included to allow the source material to make more progress. As DeWilliams makes clear in the video below, this filler arc meant that the characters introduced that season, the Bounce, were mostly not heard of ever again in the main story. She uses this analogy to highlight that her client, Rodalius Ryan, aka Lil Rod. Fuck these rapper names, by the way. Like, who the fuck comes up with these retarded ass rapper names? Like, come on, what happened to rap names like Snoop Dogg or Eminem?
Okay, you know what? Eminem is pretty bad too. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, now that he's made a name for himself, it sticks. It's
Yes.
unique.
But it's not just Lil whatever.
Yeah, no, the trend.
Everything is fucking Lil this, Lil Pump, Lil Rod.
Anyways,
fuckwit.
You got the clip? Is there a clip?
Was not integral to the story. Yes, there are clips.
Oh God, I want to hear this.
Yep.
Oh, she looks.
This reminds me of this anime named Bleach, where it's 16 seasons. Every episode is about 18, 20 episodes. Sorry, every season is 18 to 20 episodes. And they have season 4 and 5. They have these bouts. They're villains of the whole thing in season 4 and season 5. The main characters are trying to get them out of Soul Society. You go to season 6, you don't hear about the bounce. You go to season 7, you don't hear about the bounce. Why don't you hear about these important characters? Because they're filler characters. It's a filler season. Me and Rodalius, we're fillers. We're not integral to the story. They just dragged him out of prison to jail.
Women.
All right, you know what? Next to the food fight scene, that is the best scene from Ruby, hands down. The fucking
Back to the clip.
I lost brain cells from that woman.
Yeah, holy
my
fuck,
gosh, dude.
Like,
Oh,
she didn't eat like.
oh,
Oh no,
that hurts.
Look, I have made some cringe real life references to anime, but nothing that's ever been that fucking bad.
Oh,
Like holy crap.
Can
Can you imagine
There's
you're the person she's defending and you hear that coming out of her mouth? Like, what's the first thought in your head?
my first thought is there's an itch that only a shotgun could scratch.
Fucking cocking a Nerf gun. No,
Yeah,
my first thought
you know
is,
what?
Your
You know
Honor,
what?
I plead guilty.
This is much better, right?
That sounds a little bit less like a Nerf gun.
Yeah, it's an airsoft gun. Not much better.
I can get a real gun out.
Anyways, oh dude, that hurt.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that was ugh. Like of all the anime to like reference to Bleach.
Like
like if you want to make an anime reference, you couldn't like come up with a better thing. Like you couldn't make a fucking Phoenix Wright joke or something.
No,
you had to choose Bleach.
It's 16 seasons. They're each about 20, 30 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes long. Oh, it's the unnecessary exposition.
Yeah, that's definitely doesn't help.
And I mean, I get the point, but
no,
man,
Bounce is
no.
wild. Yeah, it's over for Young Thug. Had to use the worst arc in Bleach too. And out of all references, the Bounce arc, yeah, they go into prison. I love this, dude. So one of the things I was doing last night was looking into this situation. Or not last night, a couple nights ago. Because this came up on, I found out about this through Weebs and Waifus, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And Ivan said if he could, he would totally do an interview with that woman. So I started looking into like seeing if I could find some information on her to help him out.
And
nothing. Like I can find her like business emails and stuff, but like I think that goes directly to the company and all that. So I found some leads on it that I still have yet to check. But
oh dude, I would 100% watch that interview. Good
like
Lord.
you could make like if you really want to make like an anime or game reference in court, why of all things did you choose the Bounce arc from Bleach?
That was awful.
Yeah.
What a way to end the night.
Yeah, what a way to end your own career.
That too.
Yeah.
Just think about this. That woman somehow passed the bar.
Somehow? I think we know how.
Sorry.
Obviously, she studied for it. We're not racist here. We are not racist.
Hashtag segregation.
No. Dude. Oh gosh. And I mean, I have to laugh because
for all the bullying I'm doing to him, RG Energy is a good guy. Even if he is a communist. I still like the guy. His channel. It's a channel. Go check it out. It's not as cool as mine, but he still somehow has more subscribers. Yeah, I mean, as far as like, I don't know what goes through your mind when you bring up the Bount arc in a court case. That is wild.
I understand the point that she's trying to make, but that is the worst way to put that point.
Yeah,
that is the worst way to.
Dude, like,
you had so many ways to put that point, and you scraped the bottom of the shit bucket.
Well, here's the thing. In all the digging I did into it, apparently, the commission in charge of like putting her on the public defense is like looking to try and remove her now. And I don't think it has anything to do with the Bount arc reference. It may, but their official reasoning is that she supposedly said she wants to drop the case while privately saying she didn't, or either the other way around. Either way, talking about how like she's basically kind of being two-faced about it. That is just conjecture, though. Not conjecture. It's not like confirmed, like I reached out to people and got some answers on it. That is what I read while looking into this whole situation. So take that with a grain of salt.
Or pepper, if that's your fit.
Silence, you glorified wad of trash, or I'll squash you like a roach!
That's what you get. That's what you get.
Touche.
But yeah, I think that's a good place to call it. We've been going for quite a while. We covered a lot of stuff tonight.
Yeah,
it was fun. I enjoy having you as a co-host.
Mm-hmm.
It's always nice to have someone else on here to talk to. Because going at it alone is definitely not the way to go.
Yeah.
So if I want to at least have one other person on here. Every week from now on, whether that's you or someone else, I want to at least try to get someone on here.
Yeah. No, I'd love to do this with you more. That just means I've got to actually get a freaking webcam.
Also, if there's ever any like topics you find that you want to bring up, you're perfectly welcome to bring them to the stream. It actually helps me because finding all this stuff to talk about, not the easiest thing to pull up things that are actually interesting and like that you can delve into and really talk about. So it's nice to have some people bring up things to talk about, especially because sometimes you find something that you never really knew about. Like I introduced you to Hujangus today.
Yeah.
And Don to Don and Chain Soldier.
That will always be Hujangus in my heart.
All right, well, it's time to wrap.
All righty.
So, everyone, give a round of applause to my kid brother, Space Twinkie, the blonde hair, blue eyes, closet word I'm not allowed to say on the YouTubes.
Hey, come on, I'm not that bad.
No, he's not. The only reason I make jokes about him being racist because he's blonde hair, blue eyes.
Which is in and of itself is discriminatory.
Yes, I'm racist towards white people with blonde hair and blue eyes, even though I am white myself.
You're not blonde.
White people? Anyway, thank you everyone for giving me your time, giving us your time. If you've watched this far, or if you're just tuning in now to the live section, thank you. Please go check out some of the other stuff on my channel. You can find me here on YouTube, right where you're watching. I have plenty of stuff talking about various topics, some of which I get ratioed in. You're welcome to be mad at me, agree with me, disagree with me, love me, praise me, tell me how amazing I am because I have a fragile ego and I need people to care about me. Anyway, good night. I hope you have a great weekend. later, and I am going to lead out with my intro.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,